10:29 in the East, streaming live on Pride48.com. It's time for The Mix. My name is Daniel Brewer. I do not do this show alone. I do it with my best friend, Adam Burns. Adam, welcome back after our break. Welcome back.
Thank you. I don't remember how to podcast.
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm missing something, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it.
We'll know at some point. So we'll be like, we can't hear you on whatever,
whatever
service
that might be. Yeah. Like in my earbuds right now. It's like, these are not earbuds. These are headphones. But yeah, I couldn't hear now I can.
Oh,
there,
good.
Hi. There, now I can hear myself. Great.
Hi.
Adam, as I alluded to moments ago, I can't talk. As I alluded to moments, you know what they say, Adam? You have like the first minute or two of your YouTube video to hook people, and
we've hooked them.
No, I don't. I think we lost. I think they're already.
They've been hooked.
So, should we? Let's start again. All right. No, let's not start. What was I trying to say? Totally brain fart moment that I was gonna say. We've been on break for 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Oh, it's been over a month because we did record, but it was just you and I in a closet.
That's right.
Recording like the good old days, and no video, no live anything. That's it.
No. We skipped Christmas and New Year's, although we did put out like a New Year's-ish kind of a program just to have something on the feeds. It was just an audio only that we put out. But was it? Or was it video? I think it might have been video.
It was not video at all. Was it video? Did we do video?
Yeah,
because you were, you recorded the Zoom. That's right. Okay.
Anyway, so the point,
sorry, in the chat room, they're saying it was weird that I couldn't even get Joe Batance to co-host once with me. Joe was on deck to do a show with me last Friday. And I know I typed even a teaser. I was like, maybe we're going to be doing a show, whatever. Yeah. I didn't feel good. And I got sick. Yeah. And it was just, I couldn't do it. Yeah. I just didn't have the energy. Right. So sorry.
I was camping, so I didn't. But I left up for everyone to see. I left up my 12 days of Christmas Advent. It's not Advent. It's the 12 Days of Christmas Disney collection. These are the Disney Munchables back here that I got. That was a present that Zach had given me there. So of note here is it has Coda from Brother Bear, Pluto, May, Daisy, and Stitch, Baymax, and Miko. Those are my favorite. Like I could care less about Donald, Minnie, and Mickey, but fuck them. But
you like Daisy, I remember.
Daisy is the best female Disney character.
Because when we went to wherever we were, you wanted a photo with Daisy. I don't remember which park or which of the 48 hours per day it was of walking that we did. I just remember that you wanted a photo with Daisy.
Wow. All right. So we had this, and I don't know if you pay attention. I know you're not on Facebook, so you may not have known that friend of the show, Auntie Scott, was posting on his Facebook page pictures corresponding with the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, right? So, a partridge and a pear tree and two turtle doves. So they weren't the words. He would just post a picture of 2 turtle doves. And then the next day he would post a picture of 3 French hens, right?
And a partridge and a pear tree.
Well, he did that on day 1. So he didn't repeat the pictures. I'm just saying that, for 12 days, that's what he put on his. And I had just learned something about the 12 Days of Christmas, like just recently. It was one of those TikTok revelations where I saw it and then I researched it and I'm like, oh my God, they're right. About the 12 Days of Christmas. Did you know it's all birds? Did you know?
No, I did not, because
when they say maids of milk, and they're not actually talking about ladies milking a cow. There's a type of bird known as a maid of milk.
No, I did not.
There are the golden rings are like these golden ring hens or something like this. But this song from the 1700s and everything. These were were birds. They were all just birds. And it's
no,
like,
I did not know that.
I never knew that. And so I Googled it and looked it up, and there is evidence to strongly suggest that yes, indeed, they were all birds, although modern interpretation has taken them to literals. But anyway, so I just thought that was great, because that makes so much more sense. Because like, if my true love's going to give me, 5 golden rings, well, it makes more sense they're hens, because I could eat those, right? It's like if I'm, if I'm in the 1700s.
So dancers are birds as well? Like 8 or how many ever dancers dancing?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the one of them was magpies. It's like the maids of milking or whatever was magpies or something. It's like there's research for all of it, Adam. Anyway, it's just something that I wanted you to know. And it's something that I had learned.
Always come to the mix to learn things.
To learn, yeah.
That is what we are known for.
All about educating, Adam. And, thousands upon thousands of people tune into this podcast each and every week that we do one to hear about my running update, because they're very invested and amused by the thought of me, my fat ass self being, dragging my heft across a race course. It's just a funny visual. A fat guy's running. It's just funny. It's just funny, Adam. It's just plain funny. So, I wanted to give you the running. One of the reasons that we could not do a show 2 weeks ago was because it was my big 10K, my big Disney 10K. I am wearing my Autism Speaks shirt. This is the race that I ran for Autism Speaks. So we both Zach and I raised money for Autism Speaks for this race. We did our 10K.
And who of your donations donated the
Adam,
most?
It was you. It was you, Adam. You have my thanks, my gratitude.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All I ask for is recognition in life. That's all I ask for.
But let me tell you something, Adam. Let me tell you something. Autism Speaks, just autism organizations in general, there's some drama. Do you know about the drama in the autism?
No, I do not. But I think it's ironic that the name of the organization or the run is Autism Speaks, because my autistic niece barely ever speaks. So is that the reason? Is that the reason they chose?
They're an advocacy group. Yes,
yeah, okay.
They're an advocacy speaking for those who can't speak. Anyway, the point is, Adam, there is drama in the other. Random people we don't know, because on our social media accounts for our Disney podcast, we were talking about running this race for Autism Speaks. Just random unsolicited DMs from folks letting us know that, Autism Speaks is a garbage organization and blah, blah, blah. And then if you push them on it at all, like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Well, it's like no one could give me a reason why Autism Speaks was a garbage organization. So I had to Google it. I had to Google and find out what it was about Autism Speaks that people had a real problem with. And it's all stupid stuff. It's all just, I don't get, they talk about how only, 60% of the money goes to actual autistic people, and they don't have anyone on their board that has autism, and they don't. It's like they're all just these weird little,
Yeah, it's just better to go up to autistic people and hand them money. Is that what you're saying?
No organization is going to give them 100%. I mean, it's like there's always overhead in these organizations, and that's understood, but it is doing something, and it is, they're not an evil organization. They are doing actual good. Like, no one had a problem with what they do. All of the problems tend to be around just these weird, like, oh, they don't have any autistic people on their board. And it's like, okay, but that doesn't mean they can't be an effective organization. I mean, should they? Yeah. And should you lobby for them to have one? Yeah. But call them a garbage organization and write them off seems like really kind of harsh. It was like,
Yeah,
it was like,
it does. I
but
agree.
it was just crazy because Zach was just like, wait, what are these people? Like just random people just like telling us, well, the next time you should run for a better organization or whatever. It was like, and these weren't even people that donated or anything. It was
Do
just
your
like,
research, Daniel. How dare you?
Random people that got very upset. I had a great time running for Autism Speaks. We met our coordinator, Courtney, and she was lovely. Had a little get together with all you can eat Mickey pretzels and Mickey bars.
I mean,
and
that's
what
where
else
the
did she
money
have
went
for
right
us?
there. It was
And churros. Yeah. We blew all that money on those churros. But yeah, so we had like a nice and some drinks there, not alcoholic, but just some drinks. And I feel like there was something else that was anyway, but it was very nice. Met all the other people that were running for autism, and we had a big picture made together and everything. As it turned out, both Zach and I wore our Autism Speaks shirt when we were running. It was very cold, so we had 2 shirts on. So we were wearing our autism.
I mean, what's very cold for you, Daniel? Was it like 69?
It was 49.
Oh, okay.
It was 49, and I'm in shorts. So give me a little break there. Anyway, the run was great. Zach and I both ended up setting PRs for our 10K. I don't know if I mentioned that on the show that we did, so I'll just make this really brief. We had a great time. I'm really looking forward to my next big run.
Is PR a personal record?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a race coming up in February here in Tampa, the Gasparilla Distance Classic. We're going to be running the 8K. I'm going to be running that with my sister, and I think I've already talked about this. Anyway,
is she gonna get lost coming to pick you up, and then you guys are gonna almost not make it to the starting line? And
no, Adam, I got very smart. I'll be driving this time.
Okay.
So
okay.
Anyway, that's my running update, Adam. Is where we are. I was going to say my big challenge is in April, but we have plenty of time to talk about that. As it would. And speaking of it being cold, by the way, we have a cold front coming through tonight and tomorrow that's going to make it cold here. Adam, now I don't know if you were visiting me in Florida.
Yes.
And you walked out into my backyard and you saw an iguana laying on the ground, like stiff, just lifeless iguana just laying on the ground. Would you assume it was dead?
Probably, but now that I see the Trello card and I read it, I seem to recall a YouTube video or something where iguanas were falling out of trees or something.
Oh yeah,
and
this is a thing in Florida.
And so but I probably wouldn't think of that YouTube video if I just saw an iguana lying on the ground. I probably would think it was dead. Yes.
When the temperature drops below, freezing. The reptiles, the iguanas that live in trees, like the lizards and stuff, I guess, live in the ground and they can burrow down, so you don't see them being frozen. But the iguanas live up in the trees and they freeze, and then they basically just fall out of the tree because they can't hold on anymore, and they're just laying on the ground. But several hours later, when the sun comes up, whatever, they'll slowly start coming back to life and getting back up in the tree. So but we have to run news stories and, so the TV news,
so people don't try to cook them or something? Like what are they going to do?
They don't, so they don't throw them away or bury them or, it's
breakfast.
like they're alive. I'm just saying. Iguanas, I don't know. I think they do something beneficial. They eat bugs or something. I don't know. And then you know what? I see now that I have duplicated that, so I'm just going to let you go there.
Okay.
I'm doing a little editing on the fly here. Everything.
We have been now. Tell me this: you and Zach watch The Crown, correct? You watched The Crown?
Watched The Crown. By the way, I want to say, can you put the chat room up on the video for a second?
I can't.
I went to say,
I can't.
Oh, okay. They're talking about Girl Scout cookies. I Googled this the other day, like how much money does the Girl Scout troop get from the cookies? And at least according to the internet, more than you would think, 75% of the profits from the cookie sales
aren't they just the Scouts now?
Well, they go directly to the troop that sells them. So it doesn't go to Girl Scout headquarters. The bulk of the money goes to the troop that sold the cookies. Now, again, That's not 75% of all of the money. That's 75% of the profits, right? They still have to pay for the cookies because they don't bake them themselves, blah, blah, blah. But 75% of the profits go directly to the troupe that sold the cookies. I thought that was great. So,
oh yeah.
I
I watched a documentary about the pedophilia in the Boy Scouts.
Yes.
And it reminded me that I think Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts joined forces and now they just call themselves Scouts. Or is it that Boy Scouts now welcome girls as well and they're Scouts, but they're still Girl Scouts that are separate? If only one could Google. But anyway, you watched The Crown. And you did watch The Crown. It's over now. It's over now.
Yeah. We were watching The Crown, and then we didn't have Netflix for a long time. But that was actually one of the first things we watched when we picked Netflix back up. We finished watching The Crown. So yes, we are completely done with The Crown.
So I just want to make a couple of comments about The Crown. First of all, we're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The last I heard, you did not like. You thought that the Queen number 2 was too old?
Yes. They are jumping, literally from season 2 to season 3. Yes. They were only supposed to age, or the Queen was only supposed to have aged 1 year. They went from a queen that looked like she was in her 20s.
Yes.
To a queen that looked like she was in her 60s.
Yes, but all right.
And it was supposed to be 1 year.
Right. Hold on. Kathy Marshall in the chat room is saying spoilers. By the way, this is not spoilers. This is there's 6 seasons of The Crown. Every 2 seasons they swap out
the whole cast.
The whole cast, because they aged them, right? In other words, it's the entire life of the Queen, and she was 90. She was almost 100 years old or something, right? So, I mean, you got to shove a 100-year-old life in it. I think The Crown ends when she's like 89 or 90. Like, it's like, it ended well before her death.
Yeah.
The book that it was based off of. Anyway, you felt, that's just dramatic license. Yes.
It just took me out of whoa. I'm like, how?
But that's because at the end of season 2, she was supposed to be much older than she was like the youngest looking 40-year-old.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it was so jarring, and we're binge watching it. Yeah. So we've only been watching it for a week or maybe 2 weeks, and we've gone all the way. We're already in season 6 now. And so
where are you in the story?
We are, so just before I came up here, we were watching episode 2 of season 6, which it's basically Diana, with Dodie.
Right. And, so this is post Charles and Diana's divorce, but pre her dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's good.
By the way, not a spoiler. That's history.
It's all of this is history. All of, but so here are some things, and I don't know if this is if The Crown is 100% accurate. I have not. Kathy Marshall says, "Oh no, Diana dies." Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
No, it is not. It is a novel. It is a novel that is based off of historical events, but it is not. None of it is. They don't claim that it's
100% accurate. Okay. Yeah. Well, one thing is, first of all, Prince Charles was a dick, like an absolute King Charles. Sorry, your royal, whatever we're supposed to say.
But you're saying he was a dick.
Well, maybe he still is.
King Charles is the one that said about, I hope they don't have a baby because we won't know what color it's going to be. When he was talking about Harry and Meghan, he was the one that made that comment. It's just like,
but I didn't realize that he and Camilla were together the entire time.
She tried to tell you.
The entire
Diana
time.
tried to tell you, Adam. She tried to tell you.
And again, I don't know how much of this is accurate, but I don't know. And so Diana was, poor Diana. And this family, the Queen, is just emotionless.
Yes.
Just cutthroat and will do nothing.
The sovereign cannot show emotion.
Nothing. Right. Yeah. Also, I didn't realize they all called her Mummy. Like every,
Well, I mean,
mummy.
She is her mommy.
Well, not mom, not mum, mummy. Specifically,
Yeah, it's very-
mummy. Mummy.
It's very British.
You know?
It's very British.
And just, I didn't realize how dysfunctional they were. And also, they really are just set dressing at this point. Like there's no power. I mean, the Queen couldn't even get her yacht refurbished without the Prime Minister signing off on it, and then they just decommissioned the whole thing.
Well, yeah, which is so stupid is like, because the thing I wish they would have pointed out there, by the way, I'm trying to find this specific moment, and I'm not going to find it in this. Maybe I am. Are you familiar with this horrible musical called Diana the Musical?
No.
So it was a big budget royal, it was about Diana, her life as a musical. It was going to open on Broadway, and this is right when COVID hit and shut everything down. So it never got to open on Broadway, or it had only been in like previews for like a week or something. And then it shut down because of COVID, and then they couldn't afford to ever stage it again on Broadway. But what they did before they gave up the theater is that they recorded 2 different performances and put them together and then put it as a Netflix.
Oh, okay. No, I've never seen that or heard of it.
Because of COVID, there's no audience. So it's a musical that's done to a dead room.
Okay.
Right? So it's like any place where they make a joke, there's no laughter. Any place that, that you would expect.
They could have used a laugh track. Like,
No, they didn't. But they didn't though. And the songs are god awful. But there's this one line here. She's singing a song about her 2 children that have just been born. And the line that I love here, because we use it much like you do this.
Sydney Pooh. Yeah.
Much like you make songs with your dog's name in them. This particular song, we always change the words to Barley instead of Harry. But let's see.
Another boy then. Seems you've ignored my request for a girl.
So now our own son isn't good enough for you.
Christ, Diana, don't overreact to a joke.
You haven't made a joke since I met you.
Why must every conversation we have now turn into a bloody argument?
She's still in our marriage. She will always be in our marriage.
Is it your intention to drive me back
She's
to
talking
her?
about
Because
Camilla.
that is exactly what you're doing.
No, I went too far. Oh my God.
But it is lovely.
Oh my God. It's one of the, she looks at her, she goes, Harry, my ginger-headed son. It's like,
Okay.
so
and you say
we
Barley.
always do Barley because he's our ginger cat, right? He's our orange and white cat. So it's just always, that was a long way to go for zero payoff. There was no payoff to that. Which I apologize. I should refund everyone like the last
refund
4
their
or
money.
5 minutes of their life. My bad, ladies and gentlemen.
So
my bad.
that's it. But we are enjoying The Crown, but I learned some things that may or may not be accurate because I didn't realize it was a novel. But
were
anyway,
you done with your
regardless.
list? So basically, King Charles is a dick.
Yeah, the Queen
and
is
the Queen
just
is a robot.
emotionless. She's just a
robot.
Everyone, not even just in public, in private, everywhere. No crying, no smiling, no nothing. Like just a robot. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they keep changing. Although I will say it was less jarring from 4 to 5 because they were already old at that point. And so, although I feel like Prince, what's his name? Doomahickey, the king's husband.
Yes.
Prince Philip, thank you. Looked like he was 105, or he looks like he's 105 in the current. So even that actor, I feel, is older than.
Do you know who that actor is?
He looks familiar, but no, I don't know who it is.
Jonathan Pryce. He played Evita's husband in Evita. I mean, he's been in he's a well-known actor, Jonathan Pryce. He's been in a lot of things. But
now the Diana from 3 and 4, to the Diana 5 and 6, they did a good job. First of all, they both looked a lot like Diana, but secondly, the ages looked closer, like on those,
yeah.
you know. So I was.
Yeah, but Diana lives in the public's memory for a 10-year period. Queen Elizabeth literally was 90, like from the time she hit how long was she on the throne? 76 years or something?
Yeah.
So,
I wasn't
you're
born. I
covering-
mean, my entire life up until now.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
So that's it. We're enjoying it. We're going to probably finish it this weekend because we
good.
only have
Good.
6 more episodes to go or something. But
Hope you do. I mentioned on the last episode about this 9-month cruise.
yeah, you did.
The 9-month cruise.
Did you
around
book
the
it?
world, Royal.
Is that
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And initially, so if you didn't listen to the last show, you didn't hear the last show, just really quickly, Royal Caribbean has a 9-month cruise around the world. They're calling it the Ultimate World Cruise. It set sail from Miami December 10th, and it's going to go until September of this year. It's going to go all 7 continents, a whole bunch of world wonders and everything. I don't know. It's a very expensive, very long cruise. But one of the things is it's on an older ship. It's on the Serenade of the Seas. But Serenade of the Seas is one of Royal ships where they are using Starlink. So everyone on the ship has really good internet. So there are daily TikToks coming out from the younger people on the ship. Like, so, you know, the daily TikToks coming out from the cruisers on this ship that are fun. So everyone's, you know, expecting drama, and they're like, oh, we're gonna follow the, you know, the world cruise. There's TikTok accounts that are dedicated to like discovering new passengers and, you know, where their videos are and like curating them and stuff like that. People are super, you know, into this. And at first it sounded like a lot of fun, right? It's like, oh yeah, there's going to be some shit going down. Yeah, I'm going to watch this. I'm now realizing as we were, you know, a little over a month into this 9-month cruise, yeah, they're all just boring fucking people. It's like there's nothing going on. Like the biggest drama going on, other than what I'm going to tell you about, the up to that point, the biggest drama on the ship was they were treating the Pinnacle members better than they were treating the Royal, you know, just the regular hoi polloi. And I'm like, yeah, that's any cruise anywhere, right? It's like if you're up on the loyalty chart, right? That's what you're getting. You're getting perks. Of course, you're getting treated. You know, that's same with a casino, same with a cruise. You know, whatever, right? You're going to be treated different because you're a loyal customer, whatever. That was
that's why I want the loyalty points on American Airlines.
That was the biggest drama prior to this thing that happened. So there's a TikToker named Mark Sebastian, who is very easy on the eyes, sassy, young gay. I think in his 30s. So he's a sassy, young, thin gay, who's just makes a lot of crazy commentary. That he's very popular on TikTok. So he started off by saying, oh my God, there's going to be so much drama on the ship. Put me on that ship. Make sure, Bravo, if you're listening, you need to put cameras on that ship. You need to put cameras everywhere on that ship. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, put me on there. I'll find out what's going on. I'll film everything. I'll blah, blah. Anyway, then a few weeks later, he posted TikTok. He's like, oh yeah, actually a brand reached out to me and I'm going on the ship. I'm going to go on the Antarctic leg. So this book company paid for him to go on this 18-night section of the cruise, which a
lot of people didn't like the fact that there were people that could do that. Right.
And so he's been on the ship and he's been doing his little sassy gay thing, right? He's been, giving the good, the bad, and the ugly every day, except he calls it the fabulous pressing charges or something else. I don't remember. But he does that every day on his. And anyway, it's fine. There's no drama really. It's just kind of him. Talking about, how people think that they're better and then other people or whatever, and the food is crap and whatever. Anyway, here's the thing though. This is what happened, Adam. because they have Starlink on the ship, he's able to do lives. Like he's able to do live streams from the ship. So he was doing one of his lives from the Pinnacle Lounge. So that would be the concierge lounge, from the concierge lounge, because one of the older ladies on the ship that he had met and, you know, and they love each other, whatever, like she is Pinnacle, and she invited him into the concierge lounge. So he was there as her guest. And so in the middle of his live, security shows up and basically says that he has to leave the lounge, that he's, you know, he can't be here. He's not a Pinnacle member. He needs to leave. Right. So he gets kicked out of the Pinnacle and he's like, okay, yeah, sure. And he leaves. Right. And then whatever. Then he gets called down to the office. Right.
The principal's office.
That's right. And he's like going, oh my God, they're like, what? They're going to like throw me off the ship or some bullshit like this, right? Or he gets down there and it's like, they tell him that the complaint didn't come from the ship. So Adam, someone in the universe,
like, oh yeah. Okay.
Someone watching his live on TikTok, got so butthurt by the fact that he was in the Pinnacle Lounge that they called the ship and reported him being in the Pinnacle Lounge and not being a Pinnacle member. So that like the biggest drama that has happened on this world cruise has just been from people watching the world cruise, like not actually anything on the cruise ship itself. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did you have any thoughts on that? You seem to be quite distracted.
So your tablet is going to die.
I was talking about other things.
I was responding, your tablet is going to die. And so I was trying to pull up you on my phone so make sure that they still have video of you on the live stream.
Okay.
But actually, if you can hit record on Zoom or something just in case right now so that I will have that video, that would be good. Good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, buddy. I got your back. Anyway, so here's the thing. I feel like this 9-month cruise is just going to be a total snorer and I don't want to watch it. But here's the thing that got me though, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about this today, right? I'm thinking about how someone sitting in their home on land,
yes,
was so moved by this sassy gay being in a concierge lounge on a ship that they're not on, that they called the ship and got a message to the ship that this guy was in there. Like that. That's crazy. Like, why? Who are these people? These people are crazy. But then the more I thought about that, the more I'm like, well, I mean, I'm a podcaster and that's kind of like what I'm doing, right? I'm kind of basically putting stuff, just shit out on the internet and wanting people to interact with it, right?
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm really, stupid and crazy, right? Like I wouldn't call the ship, but I'd absolutely sit down on my podcast and talk shit about it.
Well, you talk about it, but yeah, it's kind of like a listener who emailed my stepdad and said, oh, by the way, Adam is exactly. Putting his asshole on the internet. Go look at it.
That's
Here's
what
a
I
link.
thought about. When I heard that this morning, because this just happened last night. It's like when I heard that this morning that the call came from land and everything. That was the first thing I thought about was, oh my God, it's like that time that they like doxed Adam to his dad, right? He's basically, here's this thing. Anyway, Adam, here's the thing. I got this email on my other podcast account.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm going to hold this up. I don't know if you can see right there, but it is addressed. It is addressed to host, but the thing around host is clearly like a mail merge.
Yeah, like
symbol,
a mail merge.
Like it was supposed to put in our actual names right there, but they fucked it up. So it's like host, I recently discovered your podcast and wanted to thank you for right. So clearly, right, this is a spam email from someone.
Is that the guy who wrote a book?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, okay.
Right. It's right. And he basically went through the internet and found any podcast that had gay in it. And it's not like, I mean, our email addresses are in the RSS feed, so it's not hard to get our email address, and then sent this thing out. But here's the thing, Adam. This is why I've decided that I'm just as bad as those people that call the ship from on land. Even though I know that this is spam, even though I know this is not even a real thing, whatever, there's a part of my brain that was like, oh, so he listened. Oh, so he listened. like I know he didn't listen to the podcast.
Although you were like, oh, that sounds so much like me or us or whatever.
But a piece of my brain was just like, oh yeah, he listened to the show. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was the line where he said your chemistry is so great. I was like, he really listened.
He knows us.
He knows us.
I didn't get the one for us. This one came for the Don't Do Disney account.
Well, you got it because we both get the
contact
those get forwarded to you.
Podcast.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Maybe my other Gmail was really good at putting that into spam or something. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
Anyway, Adam, there's no drama on the world. I had toyed on the last show of maybe doing a regular segment about the 9-month cruise, but I feel like no, it's really boring.
It's really
like when
boring.
Watching those cruise videos, it's like they're just doing the same things every day. It's just like, it's fun to watch Auntie Scott and Drew do their week or 2-week cruise, right? Because they're doing different things, and they bundle together in a nicely done package.
Yes.
When you're watching the TikToks and whatever, it's just of that day, but it's just like, I got up this morning and I went to the Windjammer, and then I went to the gym to do my workout, and then I had a daiquiri by the pool, and blah, blah. It's like, it's just the same thing every fucking day. And it's just,
well, I didn't realize you were paying that much attention to it. So, in fact, I didn't even realize it had left yet.
TikTok is one of those things, Adam, that once you pay attention to once they realize, oh, you care about that, well then, hey, let me dump some more stuff on you that's that, right? That's why just for weeks, all will be on my TikTok feed are cats, just cats doing cat things. And then now it's all just world cruise. Like every single one of my TikToks now is a freaking world cruise one.
Unrelated to that, but kind of related, I realized that even the YouTube shorts or whatever they call them, for whatever reason, those things are addictive. One night I went to bed one night last week, and I always watch something on my phone. But what will happen is, if normally I'll just fall asleep because I'll be playing a YouTube video or something like that, I'll fall asleep. I don't have autoplay on, so my phone will, it'll go off, and then I'll wake up in the morning. But I have to keep an earbud in one ear, which sometimes falls out and ends up somewhere amongst the sheets or like under my back. Sometimes it's like right under the middle of my back, and it's like a stone. It's like the Princess and the Pea. And I'm like, oh, earbud in the back. But
you just get one of those pillow speakers.
Yeah, but then Mark would hear it, and I think it would keep him awake.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Oh, you don't think?
I've had one before. You cannot, unless you're laying on the pillow, you can't hear it.
Oh. So anyway, if I just do a YouTube video or Netflix or whatever, I will fall asleep. I was just some story was recommended, one of the, or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember which one is on. I just started flipping. Yeah. Well, because you're flipping every 30 seconds to a minute or every couple of minutes, it's keeping you awake. 2 hours later, it's 2 a.m, and I'm having to just make myself.
But nothing is new. Nothing is new with that. Like growing up before the internet, before I had unlimited video on demand anytime I ever wanted to watch anything, right? I would sit down at a TV in the evening, and you'd basically watch something on the TV, and then a commercial would come on, you'd switch to another channel, and then that commercial would come on, you switch to another channel. It's like you would do the same. It was called channel surfing back then. You were just mindlessly flipping through stations. You'd watch whatever content was there until something got annoying or a commercial showed up, and then you'd go to the next station, and you'd part of the defense against channel flipping was the stations would coordinate when they ran commercials.
Yeah,
so that
and then
everyone was
everybody
in a
has commercial at the same
same
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nothing new there, Adam. It's
Nothing
channel
new.
surfing. Nothing new there. So tell me though, you are trying to find something new because you hate your job.
I do.
And you've now hired a coach. Did you think about maybe getting a mentor?
Well, it wouldn't a coach and a mentor be similar in what they're doing? And also, wouldn't a mentor be someone that would help me if I'm struggling with my performance in my career? I'm not struggling with my performance in my career.
No, just general advice.
I mean, where does one even get a mentor?
You know, I have a really good mentor.
Oh,
Drew O'Brien.
Oh, I see.
But I haven't talked to him in quite a while. But
does he like give you? Do you set goals and then you put like a plan together?
Yeah.
Oh.
We talked about stuff about the work, and then he was like, now those goals got sidetracked by a big project at work, or whatever, and it kind of got steamrolled over. But that wasn't me. I mean, it's like they tacked directions on that, which happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, everyone, let's run this way. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, no, turn around. No, turn around.
It really bothers me. I guess I'm not a big fan of change or being flexible because I hate it at work when we set all our priorities and we figured out what's going to, and then, a month later, the higher ups have decided there's some catastrophe and we've got to, just completely turn the whole ship. And it's a big ship, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like to turn this thing. Anyway.
But imagine how much more time you'd have if you just didn't do the things in the first place.
Yeah, I know. So I decided, yes, we all know I don't love my job. I like my pay, but I don't, my benefits, but I don't like my job. And I had 9 meetings today. I just want you to know.
Wow.
Yesterday I had 7 meetings. Sometimes I have 11 meetings.
11.
That's a lot, folks. Come on. So
how long are these meetings?
Well, obviously, if I have 11 meetings in an 8-hour workday, they can't be all an hour. But that's even worse because the context switching from meeting to meeting, and you're running from one to not running because a lot of times I'm on Zoom, but
I mean, this is what project.
I know. I don't want to. I don't like it, and also we don't even do it right. So I don't know if maybe I would enjoy it more if I was at a company that did it correctly, but who knows? So I decided I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm a procrastinator. I'm just going to sit on my butt. So I have to get a coach. And so I got a coach. It's an app. I got an advertisement. It was probably at midnight when I was in bed, flipping through YouTube stories or shorts or whatever. It's Instagram stories. I get confused. I'm old.
No, it's YouTube shorts, Instagram reels.
Aren't there stories on Instagram too, though?
Oh yeah, probably. There's probably there. Archer is in the chat room. Hello, Archer.
Yeah, Kathy Marshall says product managers, devs, and architects make fun of them behind their back. Yeah, that's true as well.
We would put it on video, but we can't do that apparently tonight.
No.
Something the Flibberjam broke after our 4 weeks off.
Yeah,
the Flibberjam's not working anymore.
So anyway, I did that. I got an ad.
You hired
a coach. I don't know if I like him yet.
Well, you've had one meeting, right?
2 meetings.
2. Okay, 2. So what is it you don't like about it?
I don't know. He seems kind of disheveled. His appearance is not quite as professional as I would have thought it was going to be. He seems to be more interested in if it had been someone who already knew what they wanted to be when they grew up and he was just helping them figure out how to get to that thing that they want to do, whereas that's not me. I need help deciding. And he gave me the most generic. He's like, go to this website and fill out this survey thing to find, help you figure out what you want to do. And it was literally like, do you like mowing the lawn? Do you like, yes or no? I enjoy typing things in Excel spreadsheets. Yes or no? I mean, it was so basic. It's not even like it's not even like a, in-depth questions that like map your personality and figure out everything. It's just like, do you like to paint? And then, at the end, it's like, oh, you should be an artist. It's like so ridiculous. I was expecting some actual insight, and I'm getting this dumb, thing that I had to fill out, and I don't know. And so now I have another assignment. So before Monday, I have to, because he decided that my problem is I'm too pessimistic. Kelsey Breeze, although he did figure that out after only 2 meetings. And you guys know that about me, but, he's like, you're looking at all the downsides of switching. Like, what if they fire me and I can't get rehired at the spit valve factory and I, become a homeless person, or whatever. I don't know. So he did kind of pin that, but my homework is I have to, anytime something bad happens, I have to think of some positive thing that results from that bad thing. So teaching my brain to spin these things into, or think of the positive outcomes that you could have. Lamont Cranston says, has he diagnosed you as a people pleaser yet? That will tell you if he's actually legitimate. So anyway, I don't know. So I don't know yet, but I paid for a month, which is 4 sessions, just to see if I like it. And then if I'm getting anything out of it, then I can extend that. Or I can change coaches or whatever. It's a whole thing, but I don't know.
So, as I know you love ChatGPT. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, I do not like my current job. I would like to figure out what job would be best suited for me. Can you ask me 10 questions that would point me towards my ideal job?
Do you like to paint?
Let's say I hadn't hit enter. I'm going to absolutely finding the right job can be a significant step. Okay, here we go. What are your core values, Adam? Think about what matters to you. Is it creativity, stability, recognition, making a difference, work-life balance, or something else? What are your natural talents? Consider the things you've always been good at, whether it's analytical thinking, communicating with others, writing, or working with your hands. What are your professional skills? Reflect on the skills you've acquired over the years, including technical skills like coding, graphic designs, and soft skills like leadership or time management. What activities energize you? This is question number 4, by the way. What activities energize you? Identify the tasks or activities that make you feel excited and energized rather than drained. What kind of work environment do you thrive in? Question number 5. Do you prefer a structured corporate environment, a flexible and casual startup, remote work, or something in between? What are your career goals? Envision where you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years. What kind of career do you see supporting those goals? Number 7, what are your hobbies, interests outside of work? Your passions outside of work can often provide insight to what you might enjoy doing professionally. Number 8, what kind of problems do you enjoy solving? Number 9, what's a deal breaker for you in a job? And finally, number 10, what did you enjoy doing in previous roles and what did you dislike? And then, reflecting on your past experience can provide valuable insights into what you might enjoy doing in the future. So there you go, Adam. How much did you pay your coach?
I don't remember. It was a couple of $100 for 4 sessions.
You know what? Let me give you my PayPal information, and you can just pay me for that advice that I just gave you.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. I mean,
because in my new career as a prompt writer, I wrote that prompt to give you that.
Well, that's another one. I can. So Archer says it's all BS. Damn, you young people need to get over yourselves and just do the job you were hired. That is so get off my lawn.
I know.
That is like, because first of all, I'm so not Gen Z. I'm 45 years old, so it's not. Oh, thanks, Cyclone. Cyclone says Adam is not young, Archer.
You're young people.
I am the I need to figure out what I want to do. I'm not blaming my.
I just told you, if you sat down and did this exercise, if you did all, all 10, I think you would see, absolutely you would see, oh, okay, these are the kinds of things that I could do. And it's like, once you start thinking of it in those terms, it's like, then you could go like, okay, you know what? When I started this evening, I didn't think that, an astrophysicist was what I was going to do, but it all makes sense. It's like this, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, just do that exercise.
Based on my answers to that survey that he gave me, it did say that my top category is artistic.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Or did he say autistic?
He said artistic. And that's it. That is, so we'll see. But okay, the main reason I did it though was to get off my ass and actually start making progress. So the other thing is I emailed a therapist about starting up therapy, but the first thing I want to, I'm like, look, I've got a lot of problems, but the one that I really want to focus on first is figuring out this job situation and how to either be happy, whatever. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but I'm really going to try to do some personal work this year. That's good.
That's good.
I'm doing Noom. I'm going to get it all together.
Yeah, all right. Anyone who had 51 minutes and 42 seconds before he mentioned his diet.
I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this ever. I don't want to be that person.
All right. Congratulations.
And I am that person.
You are the winner.
Yeah, that's me. That's it. That's my career coaching. We'll see if I do anything.
Well, Adam, you know what we like to say? We like to say, we'll be back after these words from our sponsor.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason that everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact.
Excellent. It is the contact segment of our show. This segment of our show where we read, where we read your emails, play your voicemails. I don't know. Do we have any emails this week?
Well, I was going to say that we did, but it was that same email that you talked about on the other one. So I'm not going to.
Do you think they listened?
I don't know.
Do you think?
I got an email.
The other ones were spam. The other ones were spam, but the one that came to us is probably real.
I know this is. There's one other thing I'm going to bring up, but not in the middle of contact. But I'm going to bring it up anyway, but not now because we're in contact. So keep going.
You really should make a note of it because your track record, you're not going to.
I'll remember.
You're not going to.
I will remember.
Let's go to our first phone call. Are these in received order?
They are.
Okay, let's go to a phone call. Number one. Hello.
Hey, this is Archer. Neville Chamberlain died. Bye.
Okay. I believe that is true. Neville Chamberlain did die.
Who is he?
Neville Chamberlain. He has something to do with World War II.
And how do you spell Chamberlain?
Neville Chamberlain. 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 He was a former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Oh, I wonder if he was in The Crown, because I should know it if he was.
He served from 1937 to 1940.
I think he was. Good old Neville.
Good old Neville.
Or I don't know, because when was she crowned? In the 50s? Oh, yeah. Anyway, so no. It was before he was before Queen Elizabeth II.
When did Elizabeth become queen? 52.
Yeah, so he was before her. He was probably the prime minister for George, or the one that abdicated, Raymond.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
whatever
I
his
liked
name
him in
was.
the show. I didn't know a lot of those things.
No,
in the show.
but we don't know how. Apparently, we don't know how much of that's true.
Did you
Daniel,
hate
'cause
Tommy? God, I hated Tommy.
Oh
so
my
much.
God, yes.
I just wanted to punch Tommy.
I'm like, let Michael be her personal assistant or whatever. Don't let that bald guy. And Tommy's like, no. Tommy was like running the show.
Between smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day, he barked orders to people. He was just like,
Oh my God.
a very British man with a.
I know we're in the middle of the contact segment, but that is the other thing. Those people smoked and got lung cancer. Like it was just a thing. Like it was just a thing. Smoked and then got cancer. Yes, we gave you $1 in the pot, Archer. We can keep going.
Let's go to our next phone call. Hello.
This is Phoenix Dave
Hi.
from Baton Rouge.
Hey.
Calling into the death phone to report that Denny Lane, co-founder of the band Wings and the Moody Blues, has died at the age of 79.
79.
Who?
Denny Lane?
Denny Lane? I thought he was.
Denny?
For a moment, I thought he said Denny Crane.
Denny?
Like Denny Crane.
Fraser Crane.
Oh, I don't know if you saw Boston Legal, but William
I did.
Shatner was Denny Crane.
Yeah.
He would always come and be
I know.
like,
Yes. No,
Denny
I got
Crane.
the joke. I got the joke.
No,
I
just
got
making
the
sure.
joke.
Just making sure.
I was just following it up with Fraser Crane because I thought that sounded funny because it rhymed. Now that we've all explained our jokes, let's, what was his name? Penny Lane?
Denny Lane. Denny.
Danny Lane. Danny Lane, English musician. Are we giving it to him? Yes? No?
Sure. Who was it again?
Denny Lane.
No, the caller. Caller.
Oh, that was, it's on the Trello. I don't know. It was Phoenix Dave.
Phoenix Day. He doesn't call him much, so we'll give it to him.
Oh,
Although I don't know if I want to reward not calling in much. But yeah, we're giving it to him. Yeah.
Let's go to our next phone. Oh, no, this is a long one. Everyone just, you might want to refresh your beverages at this point in time. Hello.
$600 US dollars. That's like nearly 1,000 Australian dollars to see Pink. Are you serious right now? Hello, Daniel. Why doesn't Adam ever listen to you? Seriously.
It is the age-old
Adam,
question. Yes.
do not push by. I'm going to tell you how to do it, how to get the seats you want.
Yeah.
This is a hack that all true concert goers and people that love live music should know, which is why I know it.
Yeah.
Okay, so open another browser.
Yes.
So I know you only use Google products or Samsung or LG or whatever it is, but get some other kind of browser from some other company and open up your ticket website, Ticketmaster or whatever it is. Go into it and buy one seat.
Yeah.
Yes, push buy. Yes. Go through right up to the point when you're going to enter your credit card number.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, in your normal browser,
Yeah.
open up the same thing, and then that seat is going to be taken away and reserved for the poor, sad, lonely sap, probably a middle-aged gay man or a 60-year-old divorced woman who would go and see Pink alone.
Uh-huh.
And then you can buy the 2 seats next to that seat, which is showing as booked, even though it's not quite booked yet, but it's blocked off. Ta-da! Then you can buy your 2 seats, and
You close
then
the browser.
well, you don't even have to do anything with the other one. Close the browser down
Look
at
at
that
that.
point.
I predicted what he was going to say.
It'll just be released and come back for sale. Of course, then you and Mittens do have to kind of worry about what kind of creepy desperado you might get sitting next to you at a concert. But anyway, okay, this is Scotty, your Aussie battler, giving you the hot tips.
Hold on. Are you just now figuring out what he's talking about?
No, I know what he's talking about, but I was trying to. So what I was trying to piece together in my mind was, I thought he was going to say, in one browser buy one of the tickets, and in one browser buy the other ticket.
No.
And I was thinking, well, you have to log in, so they're still going to know because
you don't have to log in until you get to your credit card number. In other words, it will hold the seat for so you can go in anonymously and say, I want this seat, just this one single seat, right? And it'll take you to the checkout page. And then it'll do like you have 15 minutes to like put in your credit card information. It'll count up as like this seat is held for 15 minutes or whatever. Then you go to your browser where you are logged in as you or whatever. And now those 2 seats that you couldn't buy before because there was a third seat next to it, you can now buy those 2 seats and Bob's your uncle. Basically, what you have is an Australian lawyer. I believe he's a lawyer, right? An Australian lawyer teaching you how to commit fraud.
I know.
Adam.
Well,
So
anyway,
it's like,
so what I realized is he was saying, because I remember the pink conversation was, you can't leave one seat by itself.
Right.
On Ticketmaster,
Yes.
which is
Right.
absolutely ridiculous to
right,
me.
yeah, exactly.
So I was like, how do I buy 2 seats
Right.
on the aisle if there's one other? And
Right.
he's like,
there's 13,
hold that other one.
Right.
And then,
yes, we
yeah.
got it. Yes,
Yeah.
we're all up to date.
Uh,
There's
just-
13 more seconds. There's 13 more
Okay.
seconds of that phone call.
For people that are half percenters and would seriously spend $1,000 on concert tickets. Okay, bye. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
It's not $1,000. It's 1,000.
It
Did
was
you see how he did
600.
that? Yeah.
It was-
But 600 is almost 1,000 Australian. It's like 900 and something. So he's basically like just he just increments it.
I don't know
all the way.
I don't know when Scotty has been to a concert, but concerts are not cheap nowadays. They
Yeah,
have
they're
gone
stupid.
up because the artists are not making any money off of the records, air quotes. And so they're like having to up the cost of because they need to make their entire income off of the concerts. Well, I don't know if that's
Do I look-
exactly
do I
the
look
reason,
very
but
red? Do I look very red?
I don't know.
Very
You're a little pink, but we're white guys. We're pink.
I haven't been outside or anything today. That's not sunburn. I don't know what that is.
But anyway, they're expensive. I don't know if he knows that, but they're expensive. If you want to see anybody popular, you have to. But if you want to see Madonna, apparently she's 2 or 3 hours late getting on the stage and is now being sued by someone for being late to her concert.
Wait, $100 US is $909 AU?
That is not true.
That can't
was-
be.
no.
You mean 600. You mean 600. Today,
Not
600
100.
is
Not a.
Yes,
oh
okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Is my dick pink? Archer wants to
See,
know
this
in the
is how
chat room.
Archer. Sorry, I'm not going to say that. Keep next call. If I.
This is Phoenix Dave calling into the death phone
Yes.
to report that Norman Lear, creator of All in the Family,
Yes.
Mary Hartman,
Yes.
and Maude, as well as many other shows and movies,
many others.
has died at the age of 101.
Yes.
Norman Lear,
Norman
Do you
Lear.
know
101 years old, dead.
Dead.
He was going to produce something like recently,
Mhm.
and then he died, so he couldn't. But how at 101 was he still getting around and actively doing things?
I don't know. I mean, he came up with ideas for shows. Like, I don't think he wrote the shows. He just came up with the ideas.
And when you say
for them.
produce,
Hey, here's an idea. Let's put a genie and an astronaut together. Like, he's an astronaut, but he gets a genie. That's my idea. Go write that.
and then he's
He's an idea
producer.
Yeah. I mean,
All
here's
another.
$100. Go do that.
We're at $8 so far.
Wow. Brand new in this year. Oh, we're at $8 this year, or we're at $8
we're at
total?
$8 total. Nobody died
Okay.
since September.
Hey guys, it's Tom of Tom and Terry in the Chicago's.
Yes.
Just want to let you know Ryan O'Neal died.
Ryan
He was
O'Neal.
82 years old, and you may remember he was the life partner of Farrah Fawcett. Have a good day. Take care.
Do we count this person? He was just the significant other of a famous person.
No, he was what was his name?
Ryan O'Neal.
He was in stuff. Ryan O'Neal, an American actor. He was in someone's going to type it before I get around to it. He was in Bones. He was in What's Up, Doc? He was in several movies, a lot of movies. Not a lot of TV shows. He was in movies. He was a movie star. He was a movie star, Adam. I say yes.
Okay, okay.
I know who he is. I know. You know,
the Australians are not going to be happy that we're being so lenient tonight.
No, he's Tatum. You've heard of Tatum O'Neal?
Yeah, I think so.
That's his dad.
Okay.
His dad, Ryan O'Neal, is Tatum O'Neal's dad.
Okay.
The actor, Paper Moon, says Archer, and that is correct. That is a movie that he was in that I have no idea what it was about. Okay, let's get to our next phone call, shall we? Hello.
Is the death phone competition even still happening?
Yes.
Seeing as there's never going to be Pride 48 again?
Yes.
Anyway, just in case, I want to win that entry next year. So,
yes.
Andre Braw.
What?
Brower.
What?
Or maybe in American it's Braugar. Star of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, dead, age 61. After a short illness. Well, that's mysterious, isn't it? What does that even mean? Short illness.
Probably COVID.
Anyway, this is Scotty, Rossi Butler.
No, I think it is
Bye.
Brower.
Brower? Yeah, I recognize him. He's been in a lot of things. Yeah.
Sure.
No, absolutely. There you go. Even though you pronounced it in a weird fucking Australian way, yeah, absolutely. Hello. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lee Sun Kwan, actor in multiple movies from South Korea, dead on December 27th.
Yeah.
This is Phoenix Dave. Thanks.
Lee.
What is that noise in the background?
I have no idea, but it's frightening.
Is that like one of those, sex machines or whatever? Because
I don't know. What did he say? Who did he say it was?
Lee
Korean?
Fun Kwan? Lee Fun Kwan? Lee
Fun Kwan?
Lee Fun.
Wait, someone's got Lamont's got it.
We have it in the
Lamont's
chat
got it.
room. It's
Yep.
Lee Sun Kyun.
Okay, he was. What was he in?
I don't want to be racist. Oh, he was in
What?
Parasite.
Go ahead, be racist.
No, there's no.
What were
I'm
you
not.
gonna
I'm
say?
just saying.
Are we gonna say they all look alike? Are we gonna say all Asians look alike to you?
No, I was gonna say I don't. These foreign actor people.
Yeah,
I don't recognize.
Those damn foreign actors. Yeah,
I'm not gonna recognize.
By the way,
them.
there's no way this isn't the TikTok clip. But go ahead. Yes, those
no,
damn foreign actors.
That's it.
Oh, you have nothing to say about those damn foreign actors?
No, I'm just saying. How do you
Oh, okay.
recognize them? They're foreign. You don't. But I did see Parasite. I
Okay,
really
great.
hate. Sure. Why not? We're just being
Yeah,
very
I
lenient
think I already
tonight.
did. I hit the thing. I think I hit the thing. Yeah.
Although
there you
I
go,
need
Phoenix
to,
Dave.
I need to like copy his name so I can paste it into
Well,
the.
do that quickly because we got more phone calls to go. Adam, hello.
Hi guys, Scott from Northern California.
Hi, Scott.
Happy New Year!
Hey, happy New Year to you.
Been a long time since I've heard your show.
It's been a long time since we
Missed
heard
the
you.
show. Right now, I listen to reruns every Friday, and I know what you guys are gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
So, listen to your stories about the running and jogging and whatever.
Right. Yes.
And what else?
Yeah,
I don't know what to say. I've had an edible again for New Year's Eve. Sitting there with my hubby.
Yes.
We've been together for 40 years since we were in high school.
40?
What else?
High school.
That's about it, I guess. Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New
Can't
Year.
wait for a new show.
Happy
Bye.
New Year to you, Scott.
Good evening.
Scott sounds young to. I thought Scott was younger than you and I both. Based on his voice. His voice to me sounds young.
Yeah. Well, he's been with his partner for 40 years, and they met in high school. That's crazy.
So they'd have to be in their 50s. I mean, I'm not calling you old,
No,
Scott.
they would
but
have to be in their 60s.
I just thought you were.
They would have to be close to their probably my age, right?
Oh, you
It's
were
like,
younger than me,
yeah.
and I'm. Well, Archer says I'm old, so I'm also old.
Yeah, but Archer's older than me. So, anyway, Scott, what kind of edibles do you like? Do you like the chocolates? Do you like the cookies? Or are you a gummy guy? Like, what's your preferred edible? Adam, what's yours? What's your preferred edible?
My preferred edible?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do that stuff.
Whatever. What's your preferred? Like, if you knew, or if you're at a party and you're like, oh, we have pot cookies and we have pot gummies and we have pot chocolate. Like which, like little chocolate bar. Like what? Which one would you pick?
I've only ever had a gummy. So I don't know.
Gummies.
Like
So just a gummy.
I don't
So
know.
you're a gummy guy.
I can't really say if I'm a gummy guy because I've never had any of the other stuff. I've never had a cookie or a brownie or a pie.
Did I tell you we're looking at houses tomorrow?
You did.
Okay. Did I tell you on the show?
You did.
Did?
Yeah.
Did Scott from Northern California already call?
He's called twice. He's the last two entries.
It's why it's okay. Here we go.
Hi guys, Scott again. So I just looked at my phone log and I seen I called you guys a few times. I may have butt dialed you. If I did, please ignore it.
Too late.
I know I called you just now a minute ago, but
yeah,
I may have butt dialed you a few times.
No, I don't think.
Who knows what I said? Woodhaven.
There was maybe he didn't, but there was one episode where we did get a butt dial. But
no, it was geeky gay. Remember you had a butt dial where it was like you tried to work it out what it was like.
Yeah, I don't know what it was saying.
Something
Yeah, but I think you and I might have had a
something.
butt dial at some point too. But
Rotten groin or something. I don't know. It was very funny.
I feel
Whatever
like
it
we
was,
had
it was
one
very
where
funny.
someone
I
was just
loved it.
breathing.
That must have been.
It's just like
It must have been Thursday or Friday's geeky gay because I was driving to camp. I was leaving to go drive to camp when I heard you try to pronounce that, because what I should have said. Wait, I did say it. I told Google to take a note. Where did it put it?
Anyway, we're sidetracked. Let's move on to the next call.
I really did tell it to take a note.
We got butt dialed, but moving on because we got 50 more.
Death call, death call, death call. Does this competition even still run now that Pride 48 is dead? Anyway, David Soul,
Yes.
star of Starsky and Hutch.
Yes.
That's an American TV
Yeah, I
show
know
from
Starsky
like
and Hutch,
the 70s or 80s, in case you haven't heard of it.
No, I have.
Dead, age 80. This is Scotty Ozzy Butler.
There you go. Did you watch
Woodhaven Sausage.
Did you watch Starsky and Hutch?
No. I know it. Is it the cop show? No, that was Chip.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Chips.
They were well, Chips was also a cop show, but yeah, Starsky and Hutch were detectives. So, they were police detectives.
Okay.
And they drove around in a big red sports car with a white
I've
stripe
heard
on
of it, but I didn't watch it. But I did watch Cagney and Lacey, which was like a female detective thing.
Yeah. That would have
was
been like
the
a
actor's
female
name?
Starsky and Hutch. I don't remember. Starsky and Hutch theme. What was their theme song? Does anyone know what their theme song was? That's groovy. Oh yeah, there's the car.
It's very 70s sounding.
It is, man.
But who's the actor? Go back.
I don't know.
Well, start the voicemail over.
Starsky and Hutch TV cast. So it was either David. It was David Soul. David Soul. He played Hutch.
He died.
Did you know that?
Did he die?
Yeah, he died.
Did
you know that Paul Michael Glaser played Starsky? I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, there's the car. There's the car. They've got it in the chat room there. The red car with the white stripe on it. Yeah, we'll give him that. That's fine. We got that. And I think that, do we have one phone call left?
Oh, and he was British.
Yeah, here we go. A final phone call, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when we take 4 weeks off. We get a lot of phone calls. But you know what? This is just how much we care about each and every one of your phone calls. We treat them like gold, like precious precious that they are. They're precious things. Aren't they, Adam? Aren't they precious?
They are. I was listening to one podcast and they just put their voicemails at the end of the show after the music ends and then you start hearing voicemails. I need to hear the podcast host interacting with that voicemail.
Yeah.
You know, listen.
Or they put in a fake ring. They put it. They edit in a fake ring and then play the voicemail like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's ask for our final voicemail. So let's listen to it.
Hi guys, Scott from Northern California.
Hey, Scott.
We're driving home from IKEA, Sacramento right now.
Yes.
I thought I'd give you guys a call.
Yes.
Didn't find anything good.
What?
I find the store kind of exciting for the first 5 minutes, and then it's boring.
And then you can't get out.
I'm blind.
And the
It makes it a lot more boring.
It's like IKEA, interesting for 15 minutes and then 45 minutes of trying to get the fuck out.
Apparently you need to get the meatballs when you go to IKEA.
Have you ever tried to leave an IKEA store? Like, have you ever tried to leave?
You have to follow the path. You can't.
You can't. It's a 45-minute ordeal to get out of that store.
Well, if you race, you know. But yeah, you pretty much have to follow. It's like a one-way. Yeah.
There are shortcuts. They're built in.
You are committed once you go into the IKEA. That's, you know, you step past the, you know, where the line starts and you're screwed. Yeah.
So we're driving back down.
Yes.
It's raining out, of course.
Yes.
It's been raining all month, it seems like.
In California.
Wanted to welcome you guys back. You have been missed.
Thank you.
There's been a few celebrity deaths.
Yes.
I know Tommy Smothers died. He was very good. He was.
Oh.
I seen him as a little kid. He used to be
the
on all
Smothers
the talk
brothers?
shows. And him and his brother were really funny,
Tommy
very
Smothers.
political.
Yeah.
And that's about it, I guess. I'll be listening tonight.
Tonight? That was today.
Welcome back.
That was today.
And ignore my past calls. I was
Why?
probably on medicated chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
See?
All right, Woodhaven.
He answered the call. Or he answered the question.
That was
Chocolates.
11 calls. I feel like
That was 11 calls.
I feel like that went so fast.
I like it's, you know what, Adam? They're precious. That's because each one of them is precious to us.
It ended
that's
so
why-
soon.
Right. It's too soon. We need more. We need more. We just eat it up, Adam. We just love it. We just eat it up. If you'd like to call us, you can. Our phone number is 707-61-DEATH. DEATH. And if you don't know, we have a contest, Celebrity Death Phone. All you have to do is call us when a celebrity dies. And if you're the first person to tell us about it, we bump the pot up by $1. But regardless of whether you're the first or the seventh person to tell us, you get your name put into the drawing for whenever we decide to draw. Usually it's when it's around $150, $200, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, now we're going to have to be like Amazon Associates and you don't get a payout until you hit your first $100.
That's right. Oh, we should do it as a subscription. So you have to subscribe to our Death Phone contest or you have to pay us $1 a month. But the prize is a guaranteed $1,000. So you could gamble. You could gamble for that $1 a month. You could gamble that you're gonna win the $1,000. Anyway, thank you each and every one of you for calling. That's it. 3, 2, 1. All right. I threw this in, and I don't know. All right, you know what? We're just going long. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't been here for a while, so we're going long. It's fine. Have you ever seen one of those funny traffic signs in your state? Can
you give me an example? Because I don't know.
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about? Like those traffic, like the ones that are from the state, like they go over the interstate and they have messages. They can change the messages on them. Arrive alive. Buckle your seatbelt.
Oh, the only one I remember, but wasn't even from Arkansas, is Click It or Ticket.
Right.
That.
See, there you go.
Something
There you
like
go.
that.
There you go.
Okay.
So Hocus Pocus, drive with focus. Right?
Yeah, I've seen those. Yes.
All right. Hands on the wheel, not your meal. Okay. Right. All these cute little things. They are now going to be illegal. They're now banned by the Federal Highway Administration. But they have 2
who
states.
Judges
have 2
that
years.
though? Like, what's the line?
No. States have 2 years to implement all changes outlined in its new 1,100-page manual released last month, including the rules that spells out how signs and other traffic control devices are regulated. The sign should be simple, direct, brief, legible, and clear, and only be used for important information such as warning drivers of crashes ahead, adverse weather conditions, and traffic delays. Seatbelt reminders and warnings about the dangers of speeding or driving impaired are also allowed.
Well, I mean, you could still warn someone of winter conditions. You could be like, geez Louise, it's about to freeze. You know,
no, you're not allowed.
That's giving information in a kind of a jolly way.
It's where is it here? It says that that humor is not allowed. Like they can't be humorous. They
but
have to
who's
be.
the judge? Is there somebody that's like, oh, that's funny. Oh, you're getting a fine. No, but this one, that's not funny. Like, who makes that decision? You know?
I know. Like if it was a Republican, then pretty much anything would go, right? It was like, no, pretty much nothing would go. It's like 5,000 people died today because the Republicans love death. See, that was the joke, Adam, that Republicans love death.
Yeah, I get it.
Did you get that?
If you have to tell me that,
anyway, they're going to be they're banning them.
Dan posted in the chat room, cats have 9 lives. You are not a cat. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Yeah, that's illegal. It's going to be illegal.
Wow.
You can no longer have those signs.
I don't know how they're going to that is so arbitrary to me because that you can't put a rule or a law on something that's squishy. And I feel like that's squishy.
They did. They just did right there. When the famously when the Supreme Court was asked to what was pornography, like in other words, what is pornography? What's the definition of pornography? And the answer famously was like, well, when you see it, you'll know it. It's like that's not a definition. There we go. We got humorous, illegal, humorous electronic signs in our chat room.
We're not going to get any joy at all while driving.
Oh, you kids were never going to be able to laugh ever again. I have to look over at my mixer because I forget where this is. News game. It's the news game. It's the news game. What questions will he ask? It is the Mix Minus news game. We call it Mix Minus because it's the news game. It's part of the old show. It's part of the grandfathered in.
We're not changing everything.
This is the section of the show where Adam will ask me 5 questions from the New York Times news quiz. And I, using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will answer those questions. These are multiple choice. I will try to answer the questions without using the choices, just, giving him an answer. But I'm always free to ask for what the 4 choices are without there being any penalty. Hopefully, Adam will kind of skim the questions and not ask those 2- and 3-parters that, like what following 6 things happened on the day, because he doesn't deal well with partial points. Oh, by the way, Adam, I called throwing down. I called and left a voicemail about your egregious lie about me not liking decimals on the scale.
You don't. I didn't even realize. I forgot that we have a voicemail that they can use for throwing down.
Oh no, I just sent it to Joe an email. Anyway,
okay.
Adam, what is the first question on the old news quiz?
Donald Trump won the Iowa caucuses on Monday with a dominant 51% of the vote.
Yes.
According to the current results, how many of the state's 99 counties did he win?
Haley only won 1 county, so 98, I'm going to say. Is that a choice?
98 is a choice, yes.
I'm being told that I hold up my seltzer as if it were an ad.
That is correct.
I'm drinking raspberry White Claw is what I'm drinking at the moment.
Which Republican presidential candidate finished 4th in the Iowa caucuses and subsequently dropped out of the race?
I forget his first name. Vivek Ramaswamy.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yes, that one.
Okay. That is correct. Let's see. Number three.
And then Haley pulled out of the debate, and so the TV was like, "Well, we could just put Ron DeSantis on for an hour, but who the fuck would watch that?" So they canceled it.
Donald Trump spent part of his week in a New York courtroom taking part in a trial to determine his penalty for defaming whom?
Oh. Like Jean or something, like her first name's an initial, but it's like E Jean or E Jean or Joan E Jean. Is there an E Jean on the list?
There's an E Jean Carroll.
Yes, that's her.
Oh, there you go. That is correct.
Eva Perón. So it's like I'm being told Eva Perón in my ear, and that is not correct.
The U.S. and Britain recently launched strikes on military sites in Yemen, which officials said were in retaliation for the Houthi militias' attacks on ships in the Red Sea. What does the militia say it wants? What does it say it wants? You want choices?
Yes, I have no idea what.
To divert ships towards Yemen, to detour illegal fishing vessels, to end Israel's siege on Gaza, to expand Yemen's civil war, or to loot ships carrying weapons.
I'm going to go. This is just a gut feeling. I don't know. This is a total wild ass guess, Adam.
Okay.
Wild ass guess. I think it's Gaza. Otherwise, why would it be a news story? So I think it's the Gaza one.
That is correct. Taiwan recently picked a new president in an election shaped in part by the island's reputation with China. Who won?
Yes. I have no idea. And if you read me the names, I'll have no idea who they are. So
this is gonna be fun. Here we go. Hao Yui.
Stop.
No,
Adam,
no.
stop.
Here's
Stop.
the
I got it wrong. No, I just got it wrong. You're not going to butcher Chinese names for the next 5 minutes.
Ko Wen-ji. Lei
Get John Ong.
Ching-tae.
Get John Ong on the Zoom right now. Get John Ong on Zoom right now.
Tsai Ing-wen or Xi Jinping, who Xi Jinping, like you can.
He's the head of China, right? He's him. Yeah, I'll go with him.
No, that's incorrect. It's Lei. It's Lei Ching-tae.
Was that 5? I think
that
was 5. Yeah, okay. I didn't get to do a final question.
4 out of 5.
I totally forgot to mention to all of you guys that after that, Adam is now going to read me as many questions as he can on a Trivial Pursuit card in 60 seconds. These are for bonus points. So I have 4 out of 5. So I need one. I need one of these to get my 5 out of 5. Let's put 60 seconds up on the big board. Hold on. Let's start that at the right spot.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
What qualifies as the westernmost and easternmost U.S. state?
Westernmost and Washington.
Alaska. What Dan Aykroyd character orders his toasted white bread dry with no butter or jelly? Dan Aykroyd character.
Is he Jake or Elrod Blues? One of the blues was Jake Blue?
Sorry, it's Elwood Blues.
Elwood!
The next
Oh my
one.
God.
What aviator earned a Nazi medal for being a leader of the non-interventionalist America First Committee? What aviator earned a Nazi medal?
Charles Lindbergh.
Close enough. Charles Lindbergh. What part of the eye may be obscured by cataracts?
The cornea.
The lens. What beverage?
Oh, Adam, I am so sorry. You cannot continue. I have run out of time. But I got the one that I needed, so that gives me a 5 out of 5. as we like to call around here, a perfect score, because that's what it is. Yeah. You can call it pretty much anything you want, but it's a perfect score. Yeah. I think I shortened this one. I hope I shortened this one. Yeah, I'm gonna just. Oh, look, I did. This is the short one. Good, Adam. It's the short one. It's that's a good thing. So. Each and every week, Adam, that we have a show, our executive producer, Cyclone, sends us an exhaustive compendium of things that have happened in the world. Things that have happened throughout time and history. I guess time and history are the same thing. But throughout time and memorial.
Yes.
These are things that happen on the day that we record this magical podcast.
Which is January 19th.
With our precious phone calls. It is January 19th. These are all things that happened on January 19th of some year. That's the bit. You get the bit, Adam?
I think I do.
That?
I think so.
Okay. This is from the Mixed Minus Research Center Archives and Test Kitchen. Happy National Popcorn Day. Suddenly I'm from Minnesota. Happy Popcorn Day.
Is that Minnesota? Yeah, happy National Popcorn Day.
Oh my God, happy popcorn.
5 fun facts about popcorn. Popcorn is healthy. Popcorn was popular during World War II. Unpopped popcorn kernels at the bottom of a popcorn bag are called old maids. Popcorn as decor in North America. Popcorn is common Christmas tree decoration.
Have you seen it though recently? Like, have you seen popcorn on a tree recently?
Not
like,
recently.
I don't think within the last 5 years or so. I don't think I've seen popcorn on a tree.
There are 2 shapes of popcorn. Round-shaped popcorn is called mushroom popcorn, and popcorn that pops into odd shapes is called butterfly popcorn.
It's true. You know what Dan in Arizona is pointing out about the first time that snow fell in Florida? I read that story this morning. So that,
How do they know that? How do they know? Because 5 billion years ago,
no.
they could have.
They say the first time in recorded history.
Recorded. Yeah, I see that now.
But here's the thing. I was there. I was 9 years old because I hadn't had my birthday yet. But on January 19th, 1977, I was 9 years old. I remember it snowing in Plant City, Florida. I remember
and you were like, what is this?
There's a whole movie of us running around outside, like scooping up the snow.
Did you even
and
know what it
each
was,
other.
or were you like,
no?
Mom,
It was crazy.
This?
That was a crazy thing. It was crazy. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker, Adam. It was 47 years ago, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm old. When you can sit down and read a headline that says 47 years ago, Florida had its first snowfall.
Scott and his partner have nearly been together that long.
Oh, fuck, I'm old.
It's also Tin Can Day, Daniel.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Without tin cans, the process of storage and preservation would have been entirely different and less convenient. The best thing about canned food is that it is accessible to people from all walks of life.
On this day, January 19th, 1993, production began on Toy Story, the first full-length feature film created by the pioneering Pixar Animation Studios.
Daniel,
yes?
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me. Are you a Toy Story fan?
Sure, yeah, I like Toy. Isn't that ride that we went on where you and Zach basically obliterated Mark and I shooting those guns at the targets?
Yes. But here's the thing, Adam. You and I, right? We're toys. Are you Buzz or are you Woody?
For obvious reasons, I feel like I have to be Buddy.
You mean Bullseye
Woody.
the horse?
No, Woody, because I'm a cowboy, right? I'm country.
Right. Oh, here's the thing. It's because you know that he gets like a whole play set and he's got a horse named Bullseye. He gets all the cool things. But yeah, what does Buzz
There's
get?
a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. I'm sure I told you, but the big Woody statue going into Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios, that's not Tom Hanks' voice. That's his brother. His brother does the voices.
There were so many facts that you gave during that trip that they all kind of blur together. I'm sure you must have, though, given
April 19th, 1809, Edgar Allan Poe was born.
Okay.
I was never a Poe fan. Were you ever a Poe fan?
Forevermore, or whatever they say. But evermore, something.
1966, Indira Gandhi became the Indian Prime Minister, and in 1977, President Ford pardoned Tokyo Rose. I can't see these other pages because they're not rendering for me. Let me try to refresh this.
In 2004, at an energetic rally on the evening of January 19th, 2004, Democratic presidential hopeful Howard Dean emits a noise that many will claim ended his career in electoral politics. The Dean Scream. Yeah.
Let's go to where all the real news is found, Adam. It's in the Weekly World News. This is from January 19th, 1999. Weekly World News.
Oh no, we shouldn't read this. We might have some conservatives hear us. World's weather is out of control. They're gonna be like,
out of control. Baffled meteorologists warn that the out of control freak weather America has been experiencing lately will only get worse. And frighteningly, they admit that for the first time in recent history, they cannot predict what will happen next.
So
got worse, Adam. Got worse.
Those anti-climate change people
You're not wrong.
will be like, see, it was fucked up back then too.
Did you read that no one's even trying to hold at 1.5 centigrade anymore? It's like they're just pretty much just giving up on that. It's just like, that was the drop dead. That was our drop dead. Like we're going to stop it before it gets to this spot. And now we're like a micron away from that spot. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to make that.
Yeah. At this point, there's a lot of how do we live with the climate change that happens, basically.
Yeah.
Anything else on that one?
No, I'm reading the other things. Have you lived on another planet, Adam?
No, I have not.
90 million Americans have. Under hypnosis by several experts, thousands of people had almost identical recollections of previous lives on other planets.
Were they also probed by aliens? And
refugee aliens, dome-headed utopians, and disembodied beings or beings of light.
Maybe homosexuals are really aliens and we just don't know it. We're from planet Homo erectus.
Stop. You right here, right in the article, how to tell if you're an ex-alien. Because that's what it is. Humans might have been aliens, they just forgot. Right.
Okay.
People who were once space aliens share many of the same characteristics. Do you have unusual sleep patterns?
No.
Do you dream in color of being able to fly and frequently dream being in beautiful cities filled with light?
I'm going to say no because I don't remember my dreams. So there's no way to know.
Do you have sensitivity to light?
No.
Do you have sensitivity to electromagnetism?
No.
Do you have unusual physical characteristics? Like lower than normal blood pressure or body temperature or rare blood type?
No, I do not.
Do you like music, reading, painting, and drawing?
Sure, yeah.
Are you discontented with common pastimes such as watching TV or sports?
No, I love watching TV. It's my favorite.
Do you have a sensitivity to humidity?
No.
Okay. And then, Adam, you're not. Congratulations. You are not an ex-alien. So.
All right. Are we ready for some birthdays?
What are you doing? Why are you rushing me, Adam? Maybe there was something else that I wanted to read from the Weekly World News, but no. It's okay, Adam. It's okay. Many people have their birthdays on January 19th. I understand that, and we need to wish all of them,
a feliz cumpleaños.
Happy birthday, little Scrappy. You turned 40 today. Pete Buttigieg, you've turned 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Rob Delaney, you've turned 47, and Desi Arnaz Jr., you've turned 71. So, by the way, Desi Arnaz Jr., the son of Lucille Ball, which is a favorite TV show of Auntie Scott, friend of the show, Auntie Scott.
Friend of the show.
If we don't say his name every so often, he stops listening, so we have to kind of say his name. So anyway, anybody on this list you want to say?
Sure,
happy
Sean
birthday?
Johnson is 32. That's the gymnast. Jodie Sweetin from Family Matters or Full House, 42.
Yeah.
Trey Lawrence, backup singer to Mariah Carey, is
how about
55.
Katie Seagal, the
Katie
voice
Seagal
of,
is 70. She's also in Married with Children. Love and Marriage.
Oh my God, Dolly Parton turned 78. Tippi Hedren turned 94. Tippi Hedren's not dead, by the way. Tippi Hedren, 94. Anybody else you want to? Janis Joplin was born on this day. Edgar Allan Poe, as previously mentioned, was born on this day. You know what, Adam? From every single one of us here to every single one of them, happy
Shelley
birthday.
Fabre.
No, the bit has ended, Adam.
No. I missed her.
We
Shelley
have dismissed-
Fabre, or however you say her name. She was the daughter on the Donna Reed show.
We have dismissed the piano player. You cannot talk anymore about birthdays. Just one thing that I wanted to touch on here, Adam. I read this little article the other day on do you have Spectrum cable? Do you have Spectrum cable?
No.
So all the I think that's Comcast, but the Spectrum cable, they have the Bay News something. So if you're in Orlando, it's Bay News 11, and if you're here in Tampa, it's Bay News 9. If you're in South Florida, it's Bay News 6 or whatever. Anyway, but they reported, Bay News 9 here in Tampa reported, in an effort to offset minimum wage increases and rising food costs, a St. Pete restaurant group is doing away with traditional tips and instead adding a 20% service charge to every bill.
Okay.
The commission-based pay model for servers was rolled out at Teak on the St. Pete Pier, as well as Birch and Vine and the Canopy, which are all operated by the Birchwood Restaurant Group. Here's how it works. Under the new structure, instead of taking home tips, servers receive a flat commission from every table. Positions that would traditionally be tipped out by the servers, like hosts or bussers, now receive a higher hourly rate. If the customer decides to add an additional tip of over 20%, that goes directly to the server.
So they still give the option. They should just not give the option at all. Because if you give the option, Americans are going to tip. That's just drilled into our brains.
Is it?
It is.
Are you?
Well,
I'm kind of.
You are cheap. Look. Yes, it is. I tip for everything. And then I get stressed out when I get in situations that are new. And I'm like, wait, was I supposed to tip for this or was I not?
Yeah.
I always wonder. I tip my hairstylist. I tip at hotels. I leave a tip for the cleaning folks.
Yeah.
Or I try to. Sometimes I forget. I tip. I gave my housekeeper a tip, at Christmas, not every single time. I don't know. Restaurants, anything. Valet people.
Valet. No, I'm not. What do you mean I'm cheap? The only thing off that list.
You're still stuck on that? That was 5 minutes ago.
The only thing off that list that I don't tip. No, because then you proceeded to name all the people that you tip. I don't tip in hotels. I don't tip hotel housekeeping. That's.
I read somewhere that you're supposed to do that. $1 a day, or I don't know. No, not.
But I'm only there for a day. I mean,
Well, you
usually
leave them
so
a
it's
dollar.
like,
Also, and you have to tip every day though, if you're there multiple days, because if you do it at the end, because they switch up cleaners, it's not guaranteed that your cleaner is going to get the full amount. So
Anyway, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think so? Your only objection to it is that they
shouldn't give an amount.
option.
They shouldn't even offer the option, because then here's my problem. You still feel like, oh, should I?
Right. Here's my problem with this. These fucking restaurant people are just trying to maintain their free labor, right? It's like, because you can staff a restaurant with 20 waiters, right? 20 waiters and waitresses, because you're only paying them like $2.13 an hour, and they're required by federal law to report their tips every week, and they can't report less than 15% of their sales. So they have to. So then most waiters and waitresses just report 15%, right? Even though they take home more. But that means that your paycheck that you would get from the restaurant is completely wiped out, because it just goes to taxes. So your paycheck from the restaurant is zero, and it's like, but that's what the restaurants want. I guarantee you, what's not talked about in this article, in that 20%. Oh yeah, we just put a 20% charge on there, and we make sure that the hosts and the busboys that would have gotten tipped out will get their fair share of that 20%, that they'll get and so they'll make it more consistently, and blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you what they're not mentioning is that, oh yeah, and the restaurant to administer this is taking a 2% cut of that. So it's like, I guarantee you there's some percentage that goes back to the restaurant.
I would rather, because a lot of places in Europe, most places in Europe, they don't tip. The places just pay their employees like a living wage. They pay them a living wage,
and that's what I'm saying. There are countries, there are other countries in this world, hundreds of countries in this world, that do not have a tipping culture, where they are able to pay their waiters and waitresses a living wage and yet still somehow stay in business. So for me to hear from American restaurateurs is like, oh well, we couldn't stay in business if we had to pay a living wage. It's like, oh, we couldn't do it. That's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. There's absolutely a way. I am so flabbergasted and flummoxed by how easily people fall into this trap of like, well, if you raise minimum wage to $15, then Big Macs are going to cost $8. It's like, McDonald's only has to raise their price on those Big Macs by like a penny or two in order to offset those $15 per hour. McDonald's sells billions of hamburgers per year. It's like a tiny increase, 1 or 2% could provide for, because those are X number of hamburgers per hour. They only have to pay the employees an extra $4 or $5 an hour, right? So
aren't Big Macs already $8 an hour? Or $8 a Big Mac? Exactly.
And they're not paying them a living wage. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's just this whole bullshit thing that
well, I understand from my experience as a restaurateur in the past that
restaurateur, you owned a restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really, but I'm just saying, like, I have no firsthand knowledge. That was sarcasm, Daniel. I was like, anyway. So they're very tight margins.
Yes,
for food
but not
serve.
that.
No, and so they may.
That's bullshit.
So they may have to raise their prices. In Europe, the food is more expensive.
Yeah, but it's not like you're paying much more expensive.
Well,
it's not that much more expensive. Adam, I just made reservations tonight for our anniversary that's coming up in February. And I was looking at the menu there. It's like a ribeye where we're going is like $95 or something like that. Like there's no way a ribeye costs $95. It's like that is an insane markup on a ribeye. Anyway, so are you for it? I'm against it because I don't, unless they were totally transparent.
I'm for it. I don't want to. Don't leave it to me. Just raise the price of the food.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a service charge, fine, but just raise so everybody's paying it. You don't have some people that are cheapskates and don't tip, and the rest of us who are generous have to make up the pay for those servers for everyone else. just
what do you
fee.
pay? What's a typical Adam Burns
My base
percentage
percentage is 20%, and I go up from there.
Yeah, I would say that's
If you if you did a decent job, 20%, and I go up from there. If you did a fantastic job, I might.
You know what? I usually do 20% and then just round up to the nearest whole dollar. You know what I'm saying? So like if 20% ended up being like $10.50, I'd go to 11. So it ends up being like 21, 22%. But anyway, there you go, Adam.
There you
go. I gave the chat room a choice earlier of two news stories we could talk about.
Or none.
Paying for Alexa.
That was an option as well.
And they said, "Oh no, I think 20%. It's more universal." I don't know. You know what, Adam? It's great for you to be back.
I'm glad you get to see me tonight.
We've put the entire chat room to sleep. That's fine. If you want to give us a call, you can do so, 707-61-DEATH. You can also send us an email, contact@mixminuspodcast.com. We stream every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on pride48.com. And I don't think we're taking a break for another couple of weeks. So, for at least the next couple of weeks, we're good, right? So,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's like 15 seconds.
I see.
Okay.
I was
I
reading.
really should figure out. It's on the mixer and it's really tiny over there.
It's hard to.
It's a pie
on the
wedge.
Rodecaster Pro 2, you can't see it at all. It's just like a pie chart. And you have to guess.
That's what I have.
Yeah, you have the two?
Yeah.
I hate
all right,
that.
Goodbye, Adam.
Yeah, you too.
This podcast is a proud member of the Pride 48 Podcasting Network. Check out more great shows at pride48.com.